opening review of Our Idiot Brother, I'm going to turn to Steve. Now, Steve, you really like positive comedies. Mm-hmm. Something we're talking about today is maybe the difference between light comedies that come from a really positive place, and dark comedies that are more negative and nihilistic and dark in tones. Mm-hmm. So, how did you feel about Our Idiot Brother?
This is not what I was expecting. Like, going to the end of this, I was expecting a somewhat farcical comedy, something maybe more along the lines of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Mm-hmm. And that's not what I would even argue that this isn't really a comedy.
It feels like a dramedy. It does.
Yeah, it feels like the indie. It reminded me a lot of Away We Go. Just that sort of the indie where it has a lot of like funny moments, but it's not really about making you laugh. That's not the point of the movie. And I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't laugh a lot. But I think I had a smile on my face the entire way through the movie. I thought I really enjoyed all the characters. I enjoyed the interaction. This is sort of a family dynamic movie more than anything. And once I realized, okay, this isn't what I was expecting it to be, I got a lot out of it. I thought Paul Rudd's character was amazing. He was just he was a great character. He was someone that you were like, man, I wish I knew that guy. And I came out of the theater, I told Brian, it's like, I think they just followed Paul Rudd around. Like that's just a documentary on his life. Because you get the feeling that that's how he really is in life.
Yeah.
You know,
just kind of chill and cool.
Yeah. So I just had a lot of fun. And not in the sense of, you know, Dumb and Dumber kind of thing. But, you know, in just the sense of, these are all people, you know, they're all people that are a little messed up but,
Brian, do you agree, or are we going to get some conflict here?
No, I agree.
You agree?
I agree, yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Why are you surprised?
I thought I'd be the only one who liked it.
Oh, okay.
So you liked it.
I liked it as well. And there were parts that I didn't like because, I don't know, I felt that the story, towards the end, I could see where it was going. I could see that, okay, now he's going to ruin his one sister's relationship.
Right.
He's going to do this. He's going to do this. And then at the end, okay, now he's going to bring it all together. But I didn't really see his character when they were playing charades. I did not see that, like, stark turn from just infantile man to just a person who just wants to spend time
to make it funny.
Yeah, I agree with you guys to some extent that was a decent scene. But I have to go with Derek on this, that one of my biggest problems with this movie, and my review of this movie has a big, like, butt at the end. But it starts off like this.
You like big butts?
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. The other bros can't deny. I can deny it.
Just finish.
Okay, no. Alright, so... no!
So I'm going to review.
Okay. If I could get to the rhythm, I would. But I am not that good at improv. This movie is bad. It's a bad movie. It's very poorly shot. I was really bothered at the beginning of the film. I noticed there's like a lot of characters are out of frame, like that when he first goes back to the farm and he sees the Billy character, his like eyes are out of frame. Like it's poorly it's not well shot. That's not a big deal in comedies too often. You know, it's just, you know, straight on simple shots. But that kind of bothered me when people would literally be out of frame and you wouldn't be able to actually see their face. I thought Janet was terrible. I thought she was awful, which is his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
she had a lot of lines that could have been funny.
Yeah.
She had poor delivery.
And she had terrible delivery. You know, I thought that it broke the golden rule of comedies. It needs to be funny. And when it pushed into drama and pushed into dramedy, it didn't do enough with its dramatic tones. It didn't explore that, it just showed it to us. And then I agree with Derek with the profanity and the R ratings. And I know you're getting tired of R-rated comedies. This didn't really use the R-rated comedy.
Wasn't...
It didn't need to be. It could have easily been PG-13.
I disagree because I feel like just since they were all like young or late 20s, young 30s, that's in the vernacular.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like...
Brian, you were really pushing for this film.
Oh, I love it.
So why don't you give us your review and your take on it?
I just love how it just follows this guy. It's almost the polar opposite on this downward spiral.
Yeah.
His entire life. It's just like it starts off and he's in bad infomercials. And he manages to go down.
Xena Warrior Princess.
He manages to go lower than bad infomercials and 1-bit characters on it. On Xena. So just you get to see just basically his character get destroyed to the point where he just breaks the fact that he's been 7 years sober. Not even the part when he does it himself. He goes to the liquor store and buys grain alcohol.
And mind you, he gets there on roller skates. And it's hilarious. He's such a good physical, like the scene where he's just on the roller skates and he's going forward and you just see the truck and he keeps going and just hits it and then he can't get up. It's amazing. It's really funny.
But yeah, just his character and basically how everyone that he feels close to ends up betraying him in some way. And then
except for Emily Shue.
Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, my bad.
And she didn't come around until later.
Yeah.
And then it's just him like bringing himself out of that.
Yeah.
And it is a success story in the end, but like everything that happens to him in the beginning just ends up being hilarious somehow, even though it's so depressing.
Cussing him out, and then they walk on. The only thing that I really, really hated about this movie was in the song to his dad. It's like, I forgive you, father. It's about being raped by your father. Like, word for word. That's blow by blow.
Yeah.
When the bad guy principal says, I was raped by my father when I was a child, I'm like, is that even necessary? Is it supposed to be funny? It just seemed like they were trying to make a social comment there. Like, if you're mean, something horrible must have happened to you. Some people are just mean people. And a mean character is funnier when they're just mean. Funniest mean character is the janitor from Scrubs. Because you don't know why he's mean. He just is. Name a character whose job is just to be mean, who's funnier than him. You won't, because they don't exist.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was... But I actually, in general, I didn't like this movie.
What?
Yeah. Because of the exact reason I said I laughed a lot. But there was no character I was rooting for. I wasn't emotionally invested. I was like...
Dude, Haywood!
There was nobody I was interested in. I was like, I don't care.
What we never find out is why is Haywood... Well, whatever his actually... We ever know his name?
Octavio.
Octavio. Why is Octavio doing the play? It says I'm doing it for my own reasons. But we never find...
Yeah.
Do we ever find out his reasons? That was one thing that after the play I was like, wait, why did he... What? Why did he...
He doesn't get
any of these kids
I
do
feel
that much, but... Yeah.
Because I feel like it ended up being more of a rebel against his parents.
Yeah.
Because his parents just didn't want him to do it.
Literally, he didn't want to do it until the scene where, like, he's like, you don't need to come home and talk to my parents. And then when his parents are against it, he's like... It all sounded like me, like he was saying, my dad doesn't want me to do it. Because his dad's like, oh, if you want to be in the school play, you can. But, I'm not going to force you to do either one.
I love the moment when he looks at the parents and says, you don't control your kids. You know? When they're like, you don't control your kids. Like, neither do you. Like... So you simply don't like it because there's no one you can root for.
There's a lot of great one-liners.
Yeah.
But that does not make a movie. To me, a lot of great one-liners does not make a movie.
One-liners.
No, that's all there is.
There's a couple two-liners.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great one-liners, a lot of things that made me laugh, but I wasn't like emotionally invested in the outcome of the movie. I didn't care whether the play succeeded. I didn't care whether these characters succeeded. I just didn't care about anything that was going on. I was just sitting there waiting for the next one-liner.
That
does not make a good movie.
The guy that Steve Coogan plays, what's his name?
Oh, Mr. Marge.
He's despicable. No, he's not despicable.
Yeah, he is.
He's just really misguided. He's the goofball that like thinks that The Lake House is an amazing movie, and like he loves everything that he possibly
Lake House is an amazing movie. Damn it!
He wants to do a stage adaptation of it, and he's trying so hard. It's not like his wife leaves him, and he's broken. Like his life is terrible. He's not an awful. He's trying to teach these kids about theater. He just doesn't know how.
He's putting on a play with 17-year-olds where
there's pornography.
Yeah, a woman has to give Jesus a hand job. That's a despicable character.
All right. Already a Brother or The Illusionist.
The Illusionist.
Oh yeah, this is easier. The Illusionist has the unfortunate place of being held up against The Prestige because it came out at the same time and they're about
being
similar
better
subject.
and being better.
And The
It's not
Prestige
better than
is
Prestige.
amazing. Top 50 movies, I think.
It is our top 100.
What?
It is Buried Cinema's top one, number one.
No, yeah, it's
The
our number one
Prestige is the
film.
number
The
one
Prestige
film,
is our number
Yeah,
one.
so we're not. Yeah.
The Prestige was the only movie I figured out and then convinced me that I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Because it tells you know what the ending is, but you don't want to believe it. And you're like, no, I don't. Wait, no, I don't. I do. No.
But this, even, like, you watch it a second time, you're like, wait, maybe I was wrong the first time. Maybe it's going to turn out different.
The Illusionist is great, though.
But yeah,
Amazing.
it
Like
is
Derek was
great.
saying,
I love Edward
think it's
Norton.
better.
I love Edward Norton, and not only that, but everything short of the ghost trick, they just cannibalized real magic tricks that were done by the character he's supposed to be portraying, the real life character. They didn't change anything. Everything from the locket to the plant that he makes grow, that's a legit magic trick that guy, the guy who Houdini got mad at and made his name Houdini or something like that, whatever. That guy, real magic
Actually
tricks.
did.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's a very good movie.
It is good.
The Prestige is, it feels to me like it's commentary on the human thing, the monster becoming the monster.
And commentary on the human condition. Who wants that?
It felt like it was
boring.
Remember, Derek, we're talking about Our Idiot Brother or The Illusionist.
No, we're talking about the Prestige of the Illusionist, and the Prestige does not win.
No, it does win. Because it would be 3-1 if we were doing that fight. Yeah. So we're mad at each other even though we're all agreeing.
The Illusionist wins.
We don't have
Because
coasters
we've used
here.
them so many times in the
Coasters?
past.
In a man cave? You should leave, sir. Leave.
Don't care if this is your house. You cannot come back in.
Yeah.
This is Nate's room now.
Yeah. Coasters. You know where they are? They're in the jar with your balls.